Okay, welcome. It is 10:59. We're going to start just a minute early, but today we are going to draw a hummingbird. Now, the reason I chose a hummingbird today is because the it's actually been not so nice. It was nice, now it's been raining, but the sun's out today. But I've noticed some hummingbirds in my backyard. So I saw this tutorial on how to draw a hummingbird, and I wanted to share it with you. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started. Now, I have the page longwise. I'm actually going to turn it and make it wide. So that's the first thing. That's going to be a little different than what we normally do in our videos. So if you watched the videos before, let me adjust the camera here. If you watched my videos before, it's just a small change of pace. Now, in drawing this hummingbird, we are going to start with the eye. Now, we're still going to start kind of center of the page, but a little bit more toward the top. So come down about right here, and we're going to draw that eyeball. And this eyeball is going to be fairly small. Now, in the video I was watching, they didn't do the highlight. Again, you can find this tutorial on Art for Kids Hub. It's not like I have this super crazy artistic ability. This is already there. It's on YouTube. I just do this with you all because I enjoy it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come a little bit off the eye right here, and we're going to do a V. Okay? I know. What? Why is that there? You'll see in just a moment. So you're going to bring this V up, and then you're going to kind of put a long line like this, okay? And then we're going to kind of come back, and we're going to put that right there, and then we're going to continue this like this and go up and do a little curve, and then come picturing. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take a line and kind of give it some curve, and then put a little loop like that at the top, okay? Mine's a little bit farther than I wanted it to be. Actually, I just want a little bit, but then you're going to come straight down with these loops, okay? And it looks like my wing's getting a little fat, so I'm going to kind of bring it down just a little bit, because hummingbirds are small, petite birds. And then what you're going to do is you're actually going to do another one of these. You're going to come right about here. You're going to come up, and then you're going to do the same thing, okay? So we're just going to kind of put those loops down like that. My hummingbird is going to be a little bit more on the chunky side, I think. Nothing wrong with that. Actually, we're going to bring this down a little bit further. How's that look in the live stream? Let's take a peek. Okay, looking good, looking good. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to come up to right about here. Okay, I'm going to put like a little curve, and then we're going to pretty much just bring a line down just like that, okay? Okay, so we've got that done. Now we're going to come back up to our beak area. Now, we don't have the full beak here. We need to add just a little bit. So very thinly, go ahead and add just a little bit more to your beak. Add that second part there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bring it out like that. And it's okay. Not the end of the world. And then we're going to come from underneath, and we're going to come down and kind of do a little swoosh. And we're going to give it a little belly before we bring it back in and down like that, okay? How does that look so far? Actually, not that bad. I impress myself sometimes with these drawings. It doesn't look phenomenal, but it looks like a bird. Okay, and now we're going to do something very similar to what we did on this wing, where we did these little loop, We're going to come around and we're going to give it a little bit of tail fluff. And you want to do it kind of in like an arched pattern, so it provides, a little bit more fluff than If you just go straight across, then it looks like its tail kind of got chopped off. Okay, now hummingbirds have really tiny legs. So what we're going to do is we're going to come right down here and we're going to draw a line there and a line there, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're simply just going to go whoop, whoop, whoop. And you can kind of just, I don't want mine to be so pointy, so I'm just going to put a little line underneath, and there you can kind of see those legs. And you can change the legs up a little bit if you'd like. That's just kind of how I did it. And then let's add a little bit more depth to our hummingbird now. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw a V down here like this, and then we're going to kind of add some longer tail feathers to this hummingbird. And now I'm kind of wishing I would have done this a little bit differently, but it's okay. It's not the end of the world. Again, happy accidents are always great because you can kind of do a little something with them. Okay, so now where we have this line here, we're going to just kind of do this, right? And then when we get right about here, we're going to bring this line all the way up. And then we're just going to do the same thing. So we're going to just kind of bring these lines and connect them. Try to give them a little curve. I'm not giving them a lot of curve, and I wish I was giving them more. And then we're just going to bring them in. And had I been watching this video a little bit more carefully, this tutorial, I would have been more purposeful with my curves here. I probably wouldn't have had so many, but it's still turning out okay. And then we're going to do a very similar thing right over here. So we're not going to be able to see this. So what we're going to do is we're just going to bring these lines down like this, okay? Just like that. That way it looks like it's got wings on both sides. We'll fix the color and stuff on that later. Now, hummingbirds have a differently colored head. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of add some little whoops around their neck area. And then we're going to add a little bit more depth to the hummingbird by putting this line that they have usually on their face. Again, not really messing with the eye, but they do have this like dark feather that goes across. Okay, now we're going to get kind of challenging. Our hummingbird is actually going to be taking the nectar from a flower. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this right here. I'm going to do. You ever drawn a really bad bird? When I was like in kindergarten or whatever, I used to do an M in the sky for a bird, and that used to be my bird. That's pretty much what we're going to do right here. Is we're going to do that right there, okay? That's all we're doing right now. And then now we're going to turn this into a flower. Okay, so these are basically going to be the petals. And I'm not doing as great of a job. And then we're just going to add a little bit more here. And just kind of curve, line, okay? And let's see, did he add another one there? Okay, he did. So this guy took another and went whoop, whoop. And then you had a little, just like that. And now we're going to add the other part of the flower here, the kind of the tube. We're going to come around like this and like this. And then we're going to kind of come and we're going to round it off on the bottom. And that looks like a flower. I'd say so. It's maybe not the most beautiful flower in the world, but it looks like a flower to me, especially after we add some color. And then we're going to, because it's kind of like a tulip-ish type thing, so we're going to bring that around, add a little bit more depth. And then we're going to add that little bud that the flower comes out. So we're going to come like this and bring it down. and then do like another little tube. So far, so good. I think so. And we're going to add that stem now. So we're going to give it a little bit of curve, and we're going to do 2 of these lines like this. And then we're going to add a huge leaf, okay? So put a little stem, and I'm going to bring that out, and bring that out. It's actually not as huge as I thought it was going to be, and that's okay. And then we're going to bring this across, and whambo bambo, just like that. We have drawn a hummingbird and a flower. Holy cow! We did it! My goodness! Again, not phenomenal on my part, but you know what? I'm proud of that. I feel like I'm doing something amazing here. Now we get to color it. And you can color your hummingbird whatever color you want. Hummingbirds are bright. You know, they're bright birds. They're beautiful. They fly really fast. One thing I will say, though, I would recommend a red flower. Hummingbirds like the color red. And that's why, like, hummingbird feeders are red, is because they are attracted to the color red. So I'm going to start actually with my flower. And today I'm not going to shade in the whole thing. I'm going to do it like I did with the turtle. And I'm going to kind of just color the edges of my drawing, because that's what I feel like doing today. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to color the lines, like edges everywhere too. So let's see. Let's keep on rolling. Let's get this red flower, this beautiful red flower. It's not a rose, though. I did not draw a rose. It's another kind of red flower, because roses are not the only red flowers. And as you notice, I'm not going to draw around the beak. I don't want to mess up the beak by drawing around it, so I'm just going to kind of leave that there. And maybe I'll change my mind later, but right now, that is the strategy I'm going with. I don't know what my logic is behind it, but something tells me just not to do that. I think this is the most detailed drawing I have done with you all. So, yeah, if you followed along, congratulations. You also succeeded in drawing this beautiful flower and hummingbird. I don't know if you heard it in my voice while I was drawing it, but I was kind of getting discouraged, just a little bit. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I've never drawn a bird to this extent. Usually I drew like a duck, and I just drew random, like a U-wing on the side. Like, it was weird. So this is definitely the most I've done, right? You know, I put my hand down and made a turkey out of it. So I'm pretty proud of myself for doing this much. I try to leave a little bit of white, even though these are really small and they'd be really easy to color, but I want to stick with the same idea of coloring it. If you want to color it in all the way, more power to you. Like, I'm not going to tell you to not color it. Now, if we were in a classroom right now, I might say, hey, you know, color it later or something, or, you know, something of that sort, because we need to move on to our next subject. But we're not in a classroom. We're in quarantine. We're at home. We're doing our own thing. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do our own thing. And I'm just proud of you all for toughing it out and for, you know, doing this with me for so long. We're almost at the end of this. I might even keep doing these throughout the summer, just because even though school's over, I might I might still be bored while I, you know, wait to figure out what my next steps are. So I might just keep doing art lessons at 11 o'clock. Okay, and just like that, we have our flower colored in. Well, colored. I wouldn't say colored in, but it's there. It's colored in some way, you know. So let's see. I want to create a vibrant hummingbird. I want to put red on the top because I feel like they always have red on top of their heads. And then I'm going to do yellow on the underneath. Because, I don't know, I feel like those colors kind of go well together. See, I don't have a reasoning for anything. And I like the way the eye turned out. A little highlight there. But I like the highlight in the eyes, especially when you're doing black for the eye. And then I want to give my hummingbird a green body. Do I want to give it a green body? Yep, I want to give it a green body. That is what I've decided. Again, I want my hummingbird to be colorful. I might even add a little bit of blue because I feel like they have some blue on them, don't they? I don't know. I don't know hummingbirds' lives. I don't know what colors they are really, especially since they're so fast. I'm just kind of going with what I think or imagine a hummingbird might be like. And we're going to make this top feather green as well on both wings. Again, I'm doing this kind of quick, so my line outline thing isn't the best, but you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. Again, we are here to have fun. We're here to relax. We're here to try something new, draw something new. That's why I do take on challenges like this hummingbird. I think this is the most challenging, and I said I was going to do the other wing like this too, so let's do that. Because this hummingbird was no easy feat. Like this is new to me. Doing art like this is actually new to me. Just every day, taking on new challenges. And you know what? I'm just gonna color these little feetsies in all the way. I'm just gonna do that and that, and I'm gonna call that good. But let's see. I do want like a little bit of blue with my green. I'm picturing like a blue-green hummingbird. So I'm going to go back around and do another line with blue. And then I'm going to do the second wing. No. Yes. Yes. I'm going to do the second wing blue. But I'm also going to come into this first wing and just put blue in like that. So I'm going to do the same thing like this, except this one I'm going to outline it a little bit better. And then I said I'm going to do the second part of the wing in blue. So let's do that. I'm getting kind of sloppy here, and I apologize. But at the same time, it's kind of adding some character to it. And then let's do purple as our next color for our wing. So we have to do the same over here. You know what it is? I think it's because I haven't used these, especially some of these colors, I haven't used very often. I use my green and my red a lot. So the markers are they're a little bit softer. So I think they color a little bit better. So we got blue, green, purple. I don't know. Let's do another purple. Why not? Blue, green, or green, blue, purple, purple. And you know what? Maybe I'll do then blue, green. Why? Because I can. We got blue and green. And then we'll do blue, purple, purple. Yeah, let's do that. Kind of got like a little pattern going on here. Yeah, blue, and then we'll do purple, purple. Purple, purple. And then we'll do blue, green, purple. Blue. Green. Purple. And then I'm going to do a red tail because I think that goes with the red and yellow head. So actually, maybe I'll add a little yellow in there too. We'll see. Let's do red on both sides. You know, let's do every other one red and every other one yellow, and then we'll boom. We'll do it like that. Yeah, see, this red colors so much differently than. Oh no, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. It almost wasn't going to be every other one, but I can make it work. Red, yellow, red, yellow. And I don't know why my hummingbird has these colors that don't really go together, but you know what? It's beautiful. So there you have it. There's my beautiful hummingbird taking nectar from a flower. I'm actually fairly impressed with that drawing, and I like the colors. So thank you for watching. I will see you tomorrow, and you have a great day.